So we at Honeywell, we do hope that you are all well and safeguarded from the current situation, pandemic situation. We're going to be looking into the Firelite Endurance portfolio and some of its features, detectors, and wireless technology available. If during the presentation, if you need to ask a question, please send it through the chat box tool that is available in the webinar, and we'll do our best to address your questions at the end. All right, so let's get started. So during this presentation, I'm going to be providing the introduction to the new Endurance series addressable fire alarm control panels. During the introduction, I'm going to outline the new features, the functionalities that it has, that it offers, as well the new communicators that we have. Also, an introduction to the new 365 series line of detection and accessories. We'll be also doing a quick review of the tools and the resources that are available to help you sell and understand the new products on the Fire-Lite portfolio. So we'll begin to review and discuss the new Endurance series addressable fire alarm control panels. So I wanted to take a little time to talk about what important is the customer feedback that we get from our clients. So you know, we do perform a market research process that helps us understand and define the next generation of products that we will be producing. So you can see in this slide, you see some responses from a questionnaire that we do asking customers to select their top 3 new features they want to see in the next generation of panels. So the multi-criteria detector with programmable response, followed by using a USB thumb drive to upload and download flash firmware, and an addressable sounder basis are among the top 3 features by customers. So all these features that I mentioned, the top 3, have been implemented in our latest generation of panels, Endurance. Later in this presentation, we'll show you how we look further to develop a market research panel to continue to drive our next generation of products. So here you have the lineup. We have the new Endurance series panels that consist on the ES50X that you have on your left, the ES200X that you have on the center, and the ES1000X panel, which is currently under development. It's not yet released. We're hopeful to have it available within the beginning of next year. So as soon as it's available, you'll get notified by full protection. We also have on your right the new cellular communicators, which they offer more options, and the new AN100 annunciator that has an 80-character display and meets the industry requirements. So in this slide, on your right, we have outlined the direct replacements for the legacy model. So this is a chart that you should keep on hand. So it's a quick reference of which model is replacing which. Okay, so the ES50X, as you can see, is a 50-point system that replaces the previous MS9050UD. And the ES200X, it's a 198-point system that it's replacing the previous MS9200 UDLS models. So please note that until the ES1000X is released, the MS9600 UDLS will remain in the market. Okay, In addition to the new panels, the ANN 100 LCD remote annunciator has a 4-line by 20 character display for a total of 80 characters on its main screen. Okay, we have also outlined the ST355CO multi-criteria detectors, the B200S intelligent sounder bases, and the BS200S LF, which is for low frequency. They offer both in white color and ivory color. Okay. Now, let's look at the benefits. There are several key improvements from the prior generation of panels. I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with all of them, which will save you installation time with these 4 programmable buttons on all panels that allow you to automate routine tasks. Very convenient firmware upgrades and panel programming can be done through a modern-day USB flush start. So this is a very nice feature for your technicians. So you just simply program the panel. You can even before the installation, you can even program the panel on your computer, download all the configuration to a USB drive, and then upload it right on the panel. So also the firmware upgrades are done in a similar fashion way. And we do highly recommend you to keep your panel up to date with the latest firmware release that can be found on our Firelite.com website. The new panels, they meet up in incoming codes with the multi-criteria detector. So we're going to look now at some feature comparisons. So comparing it to the 9050 UD and the MS9200 UDLS series, Firelite has added some enhancements based on the request of our customer, like I said on the first slides. In addition, aside from the additional software zones, there has been an increase of amps in the power supply and greater support on the remote annunciators of the ES50X. One of the most thought of features from our customer that has been included is the support for the multi-criteria combination of smoke and CO detector with programmable response. A lot of customers have also requested us to build for a built-in Class A capability for all 4 NACs. So this has also been included in the ES panels. So from a marketing perspective, we constantly maintain a pulse on the marketplace and evaluate the competition to ensure that our products are differentiated. So as you can see, the new ES50X and the ES200X panels, they provide more features than the competition, including the integrated wireless detection as known as SWIFT, which I'm going to talk a little bit later in the presentation. The 4 programmable buttons, the fully integrated communication that offers flexibility at the time of the install, and when the ES1000X will be available in the marketplace, it will cover 494 points for those projects that require a little bit more of a capacity. These new features, they make Firelite a very strong product line in the marketplace. So we can maintain a leadership position within the fire category. So one of the many benefits of the Endurance series are the new communicators that offer greater flexibility, including the cell CAB-FL, which you can see on your far right, and the cell MOD, as I mentioned earlier. So the difference between the two is that the cell CAB-FL, which this is the bigger one that you can see on your right, it has a metal enclosure with a lock and a key. So instead of the cell mod on your left, it's only comes with a plastic enclosure. So the one on the right gives you more, it's like more robust type of presentation. Unlike the previous IP GSM-4G that can only be installed up to 2,000 feet away, Both of these new cellular options that you have here on your screen can be installed up to 6,000 feet away from the panel. So that gives you a more larger distance that you can install them from the panel. They meet all the UL 864 and NFPA 72 code in compliance. Okay, we're in compliance with that. And we also seen a strong adoption of the cell MOD due to its size, very convenient, very small. You can just place it everywhere, very lightweight and easy to install. For jurisdictions where you require a metal enclosure, you have the option, like I said, the cell CABFL option. Please note that these new cellular communicators only will work with the new ES series panels. Okay, they do not work with the older MS 9050 or the older MS 9200 pounds. Okay. So we're gonna take a brief introduction into the 365 series detectors. So we're offering a line of detectors and bases that are known as 365 series. Here you have them on your screen. These new detectors are compatible with the old panels, the MS 9200 UDLS, the MS 9600 UDLS, and also, of course, compatible with the new endurance panels ES50X and ES200X finally. Okay, so these 365 series addressable detectors are designed to detect more types of modern fires while preventing more false alarms. So they have an improved technology to detect and to avoid false alarms. As you can see, they have a very newly designed, easier to clean, easier to test, and offered in more colors for greater choice. Okay, they're all backward compatible with existing B210 LP base installations, so that it prevents for you to rewire retrofits. They also meet all the required agency listings. The 365 series product line, they offer all the, like I said, the backward compatibility. So with all addressable Fire-Lite control panels, depending on the model and the detector. So they do replace all the 355 series, and both the smoke and the heat versions. They're also available in white and ivory colors. So this provides your customer more variety of specific aesthetics for design requirements. So they, like I said, these detectors, they offer like more of a modern appearance. It has a head to indicate if it's a remote test capable or if it's a heat detector. The marketplace transition is taking place. We already have the 355 series in phase out, so I strongly recommend you to consider the new 365 series detector for your ongoing or new opportunities you may have within your radars. Okay, so for the new 365 series, based on customer demand, we will be offering all the versions of the photo and the heat detectors, both in white and ivory colors. So this is very important to take note or to have in mind. Only the ivory version will support both clip and light speed loop protocols for the new legacy panels. But then again, the new white detectors, they will only support the light speed protocol for the MS200 UDLS, MS 9600 UDLS, and the ES50X and also the ES200X. So let me reiterate this key point that is very important. If you have a panel using clip protocol, you must purchase the ivory 365 series detector. However, if you're using the light speed protocol, then you can choose either color of the 365 series. So this is a very important compatibility chart that you should also keep in hand, because once you get familiar with it, you will know which detector works with which type of protocol for what panel. But until you get more familiar, I would recommend you to have this chart in hand. In addition to the new detectors, there's also a new base model numbers you should be aware of. So this is also a chart you should keep in mind. All the new detectors ship with a standard 6-inch base with Fire-Lite. So we also offer a replacement base called the B300-6, which is sold both individually or in a bulk pack of 10 units. Okay. We also offer a specialty bases in white and ivory, including a 4-inch base, addressable sounder base, also the addressable low frequency sounder base, and the standard sounder base. Okay, have all those options right there. You can see it on the description. The existing model numbers for the legacy bases that you're familiar with have now been replaced by color-specific models to indicate if a base is either white or ivory. For example, the old B501 base that you can see there, it's the old the B501 base has now been replaced with the B501-IV, which is the exact part number just with an IV letters on the end in the model number. So this indicates that it's just the color ivory. So IV stands for ivory. Okay. In addition, there's also a B501 white, indicating that this number comes only in white and not ivory. The WH for the B200 and the B224 series of bases indicate the color white and the IV for ivory, like I said. Okay. All the detectors, they come with a standard 6-inch base when you order. Okay, so we also have some nice color kits or trim rings. So we do offer these color kits in white and ivory and black colors. The color kits, the CK300s, are sold in packs of 10, and they include the trim rings. These color kits will allow you the flexibility in the field to change out the head cover from another color of choice without taking down the detector. So you just clip them on, basically. So following the launch of the detectors, like I mentioned in previous slides, we will be introducing a specialty addressable detectors this phase of the year. So these include Fire, CO, Photo CO, CO, and PTIR detectors. Quick explanation of the differences between these addressable specialty detectors and their sensing technology. So Fire CO stands for fire smoke detectors that detect high heat and carbon monoxide. Okay, you have them either white or ivory, like I mentioned before. The Photo CO, which is on second one, it's a photoelectric smoke detector that will detect large particles typical of smoke, smoldering fires, and carbon monoxide. Okay, that one does not come in ivory. The CO, carbon monoxide detectors, right? And the PTIR, which stands for photothermal infrared multi-criteria detector. Okay, though that one just comes in white and ivory. A further enhancement on the SD365 CO that will allow for a 10-year CO cell life for all 3 CO detectors. So that's important to also stand out. So we're going to look at some tools and resources that are available for you. So to support the launch of the new panels, the panels, the cellular communicator, the multi-criteria detectors, the enunciators, we have updated all the tools to help customers in the field. So the PS tools has been refreshed, and it's now called the FS tools. Okay, to support all the new Endurance series panels and can be installed on Windows 10. The Lite Configurator 3.1 allows for easy configuration of the panel. Battery calculations include both, and the old and the new as well. So for those looking to spec jobs, engineering specs, cut and bin files, they're all available on the website. They can all this information can be easily found on the website. I will strongly encourage you to go through the website and just browse through the website so you can get more familiar with everything that we have to offer. Also, marketing materials have been updated. We have a new slick design outlining the features and benefits of all the product line. So just log in, go in the website. You don't need to log in, I'm sorry. You just need to go to the website, download all the new sales sheets of all the products that we're looking at right here, all the family brochure. You can use these brochures to show your customers, to put in your proposals. The new advertisements have been created from scratch and has can be found in some industry publications you might have seen in some magazines out there. Fortunately, all the expos and branch events that we had planned for this year have been suspended, postponed due to the COVID situation. But as soon as we have newer dates, we'll be notifying Full Protection, so Full Protection can provide all the updated events for the incoming year. Okay. So we at Firelite, we look to continue to evolve, and we're going to be always increasing the functionality based on customer feedback, like I mentioned in the first slides. We already started including in the new panels within the box. There's like a customer feedback form that it's included in the. So we would like to know what's your perception on the products, what improvement you would like to see on the potential newer generation further on. So just please take your time and that filling out that customer feedback form. It is very important to us. This is a very important opportunity for your voices to be heard, and any recommendation from your side, it would be highly appreciated. So I would like to show you the Firelite advertising that you might have already seen within the industry. It features that within the headline that life is not predictable. Firelite is. So this advertising is an introduction to the Endurance series, building off from the simplicity to program and yet always providing a reliable performance. So this brand, we have been with this brand since 1952. So we continue to endure and evolve within our offerings. So now we're gonna take a look into our SWIFT wireless fire protection technology. So let's look into the agenda. So we're gonna be looking at what is SWIFT. We're gonna review all the product portfolio. We're gonna see the system specs. We're gonna see what target applications we should be considering SWIFT for. We're gonna look at one success story so you have an idea of where we have used this type of technology, as well as reviewing the documentation and resources that are available in the website. Okay. So SWIFT stands for Smart Wireless Integrated Fire Technology. That is what SWIFT means. Okay, so basically, uh, we provide with SWIFT a solution where traditional fire solutions may seem inadequate. For example, when you have to drill through a concrete wall to run wires, which is not doable, or when it becomes hazardous because there's maybe asbestos is present. What is important to stand out is SWIFT will detect fire just like a wired system, and it provides an installation flexibility without the need of wires. So you'll save a lot of time on labor, money on labor. It will support a big variety of device options, including photoelectric, photothermal, fixed rate of rise heat detectors, pull stations, AV bases, relay monitors, sync modules. We'll be looking into those further on. In addition, and this is also important, that both wired and wireless devices can be present on the same fire panel. So this will provide, a hybrid solution for when it makes sense to do it that way. Will increase your installation potential. Unlike the other wireless systems, this system is based on a true mesh network that provides multiple paths of communication for each one of the devices. Okay, so this will increase your system reliability, and while the overall system design ensures a secure and robust solution. So here you have a better idea how you can have a hybrid solution. On your left, you can see the wired environment, and the fire panel on the center, and then the wireless addition on your right. So basically, we offer a dependable detection in an easy integrated format that provides a secure communication to the fire alarm control panel across an 8 mesh type of network. So SWIFT devices, they do have bidirectional communications for reliable data transmissions while they use a frequency hopping to prevent a system interference. So both wired and wireless devices can be present, like I said, at the same fire alarm control panel, providing providing an integrated for more installation potential, an integrated solution. So a SWIFT system can be added to any existing panel that you may have out there, the customer, or it can be set up with a new panel depending upon your installation plans. Okay. First, a gateway is hardwired to the control panel for communication between the wireless devices on your right and the panel on your left. So the install of the wireless devices, smoke detectors, heat detectors, and modules. You can see there that the communication is established between the gateway and the nearby devices on the dotted lines over there on your right. Also, the communication is established from device to device, like I said, as a Class 8 mesh network, where the system create kind of a child-parent relationship, so that each device has at least 2 parents providing a second redundant path for communication. If an environment changes and interferes, the system will automatically self-heal and create a new path of redundant communication. So we also have an available tool, which is optional. You can see it on the center of the screen, the little square there. We have, it's available, like I said, as a programming tool for site evaluations as well. You can set up a diagnostics, adding some insight to the process. So we do strongly and recommend you to invest in having that dongle that you can see there, that WUSB. You can download the Swift tools that is free on our website, and you can do a site evaluation even before quoting your customers. It should be part of your process. So you can submit a proposal, you can submit a design that shows that every device will be communicating even before quoting the job or once you're quoting the solution to your customer. Here's the product portfolio lineup. So as you can see, we had initially an existing line, which is the gateway, the photoelectric smoke detectors, the heat detectors, the monitor modules, the relay modules. Like I mentioned before, you have the WUSB tool that you just plug it in your computer, and you can do your site evaluation on your computer. We have the display driver, the annunciator, and the latest additions below. The basis for the basis. So they come in white and red. Like you see there, the pull stations, which they come either in English and bilingual, and the sync values. Okay, every device you see here, it's wireless. So looking a little bit into the gateway, it's a bridge for communication from the wire to the wireless. Like I told you on a previous slide, it's powered by the SLC, or you can do an external 24 volts power supply. Each mesh requires one gateway. That's important to stand out. It also has a Hall activation feature. So for applications where distance it's considered. Regarding monitor and relay modules, so they all come with 4 CR123A batteries. The batteries come within the package. They do not come in the unit itself. The batteries are supposed to go in the unit when the install is happening. Okay, we have a 2-year life expectancy for this device. It's very recommended to use the plastic SMB 500WH surface mount 4-inch box for this monitor and relay modules, because as you already know, these devices, they work with some high frequencies, and having a metal surface mount will interfere with the signal. So always use the plastic recommended accessory. Okay, what do we use the monitor relay modules for? They use that for monitor any open contact, conventional pull station, water flow, etc. Okay, regarding detectors, they operate identical to the wired versions. Always the panel makes the alarm decision. They also come with 4 batteries. Something important to stand out here as well is that we only recommend the Panasonic brand for the CR123A batteries. There's a lot of batteries out there in the market which they are generic, or they're not very known. So for an optimal performance of all the Swift devices, please use CR123A batteries branded with Panasonic. Okay, like I said before as well, they all come with a 4-inch base included for Fire-Lite and Silent Night, and a magnet base for tamper monitoring. So pull stations. As you can see in the picture, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with how our wired pull stations look, as they are almost everywhere. So they look and feel exactly the same as wired. So if you have a Swift pull station on your wall, you cannot tell the difference between a wired and a wireless one. They come with the same key to reset as a wired one. The only difference that they come with, with the batteries. As I said, they're included, but they're not actually on the item. We also expect 2 years life battery life, and it's compatible with a new battery cartridge. Here you can see on the lower right of your screen. It's this a very convenient battery cartridge, so you can place the batteries on the cartridge and then insert it in the unit, so it's easier to install and service. Okay, they come in multilingual Firelite, so you have the English and bilingual Spanish English. Also has the same integrated LED to display the status. It does integrate with a mesh, same as all other wireless devices we've been talking about. Seamless integration with SWIFT, compatible panels. So remember, we're talking about the endurance panels here. And they occupy one module address and one wireless point. Okay. With now the addressable AV base. So it comes in two models. They come either white or red. They use the ceiling L series notification appliances you're familiar with, on strobes, shine strobes, and strobes. I'm not going into detail on those, but if you need further information, you can help you out with that. In the difference of all other wireless devices, these need 8 CR123A batteries. They come included, not in the unit. So also compatible with the battery cartridge that I showed you previously. 4 of the batteries will be needed for the radio, the communication, the wireless communication. So we expect a 2-year life operation with that. And 4 of the other batteries are for the AV. Okay, so it depends on it's measured. The lifetime is measured in alarm time. So the more you use it, the less life expectancy you may have. But then again, it will definitely send a notification to the panel once the battery is going low. So it will show a need of being serviced. It integrates with the mesh, same as all other wireless devices. There's the seamless integration with SWIFT. And these fellows, they occupy 2 module addresses, but only 1 wireless point. Now, with the sync module, they provide the wireless interface to the wire NAC solutions. So the sync module outputs the master synchronization signal, as you know, optional control output and monitor input. One sync module can drive up to 4 power supplies or 4 MDL3R-W with a sync pattern. They are powered with 24 volts. They can be used to activate multiple zones, 4 backup batteries for the radio, wireless repeater. You expect a 2-year battery life operation. They support system sensor, AVs, Spectral Alert, Spectral Advanced, and L series sync protocols. They also integrate with the mesh, same as all other wireless devices. Seamless integration, and they occupy 2 module addresses, but only 1 wireless point. This here, very important to stand out. So we only can go up to 4 gateways per installation, per site. Okay, this is why it's very important to perform the site survey. So you have a way to know if maybe you have any interference from other similar devices, even other SWIFT devices that might be installed in a building nearby. So you must perform parts 1 and 2 of the site survey to ensure that SWIFT is the right solution for your customer. Only up to 4 overlapping networks in the same RF frequency space. Okay, radio frequency space. So when you're on the site performing the site survey, you must check on the communicator to learn if there's other gateways nearby. So that's very important to perform. Okay, and it's up to up to 49 devices per mesh. So you multiply 49 devices. Now I'm using my calculator here. 49 times 4, it's up to 196 devices in total but you can go up to 50, but you need to include the gateway as and display driver depending on your design. So listings, we have UL listing, it's FM approved. We have the approval from the state of California, state fire marshals. So it complies with all that. Here you can see a little. I'm sorry, something coming. Here you can see a system overview of the how much wireless points can you have per device, and also the number of SLC addresses you have per device. Okay, so total wireless capacity, 4 gateways, 49 devices per gateway, so a total of 196 points in total. Okay, so target applications. Where should we use SWIFT? So, like I said previously, installations where there's unwanted wire, it's unfeasible to wire. If you want to preserve a building structure, a museum is a building that has a historical integrity. There's a lot of old museums around, churches, cathedrals. When you want to maintain the visual aesthetics, you don't want to see any wires or conduit anywhere. Okay. Also, in time-critical installations, where for time it's important variable. So you want to minimize time invested installation to mitigate high labor costs and the ability to execute on short deadline jobs. So if you have a very a project with a very tight deadline, you should consider SWIFT. When you're doing retrofits or expansion of existing installations, it enables some flexibility to do some frequent changes within your existing customers. Also, temporary installation, so something that is under construction, something that is being renovated. You can install a system on your premises, easily to install and take away as well when the construction is finished. So you have protection while the construction is being placed. Here we have a success story. So we did a college hall. As you can see, it has a very historical value because of the construction. It's a very old construction. So it was kind of a colonial era that they wanted to retrofit into a lecture hall. It was going to be used for mixed space, office mixed space, for classrooms. So the challenge was, there was concerns for hardwire. There was existing wire that wasn't usable, because of the age of the previous installation. It had to be up to code with the renovation. It needed new detectors. Of course, the historical preservation was important. So the solution was using, of course, performing at first a site survey with SWIFT to determine if the communication was going to be optimal inside. At the end, they used 3 gateways to support smoke detection, pool station, and monitor modules, and it turned out to be a pretty good savings for the customer. So here you have some numbers for that particular opportunity. So if you see here, I don't want to go through all this, but just have so you can have an idea of a SWIFT and wired project may differ on pricing. So you can see the SWIFT, of course, is going to be more expensive because of the technology as comparing to the wire one. But when you go in the middle and see the installation labor and issues over time, there's a considerable amount of savings there, because with SWIFT you can install much quicker than doing a hard a wire solution. So at the end, even though the Swift technology was more expensive than the wired one, it turned out to be a savings of almost around $70,000 for this particular opportunity. But then again, you have to this should be looked at case by case with your projects, and if you can do show your customers if there's a savings in labor, you should definitely use this type of numbers. Okay. Also for Swift, we have available resources. We have quick start guides, instruction manuals, engineering spec drawing, data sheets, tools. You can either log in Fire-Lite or Silent Night. And of course, we have a technical support team, and also we have a pre-sales engineer along with full protection to help you with any particular design you may need help with. Right now, this is Swift is available with all these brands, but important to stand out is that if you're doing a notifier project, you should buy Swift for notifier. If you're doing Fire-Lite, you should use Swift for Fire-Lite. I mean, you cannot use a mixed solution. Each brand here has its own part number, and you should be very careful when ordering your parts. Okay.